Hello, dear people, and welcome to the last video in this week. Here we'll talk about meeting with EP. How does one meeting look like in general? Some tips and tricks, goals, and you will see everything else since we passed through first call, first contact. Now we came to the meeting. So the first thing that I would like to introduce you to is actually goals of a meeting, and I hope that this will be easy for you to remember by letters. So first goal of a meeting is get to know the person. Then second is opportunity type, and you can remember like this letter by letter. Then third goal is action steps after the meeting. And fourth and maybe most important goal of one meeting is actually love for exchanges to fire love for exchanges in our potential EP. Now I will explain a bit more what does this goal mean. First one, get to know the person. That means that after the meeting, you feel that you know their needs, you know why they're signed up, you know why they want to go on exchange, what are some objections, what are some things that scares them, and what are their interests in general. Second thing is really important, and that is after the meeting you must be aware of opportunity type that we will offer to that EP. So that means based on their needs, based on how you got to know that person, I know which type of program to look for. So is it GV, GT, maybe, I don't know, GV and GT short or something like that, GTE. Then based on their experience, I know which duration. We talked about it in the last video that for different durations, we need different level of experience. I know when does EP want to go, which countries are interested to him, etc. Then for action steps parts, I know what are action steps and deadlines after meeting, and EP is also aware of them. What does that mean? For example, EP is aware that after the meeting, you will send output of the meeting, you will search for opportunities, you will work on CV together, maybe you will set some deadline, which will be good to set some deadline for applying, etc. So it's important that after meeting, you don't leave just on meeting, that you know some action steps. And fourth, as I said, the most important goal is definitely to fire up that love for exchanges. And what does that mean? It means we can put it like this. I found the right value of exchanges for our EP, and EP is in love with our exchanges. They know why are they supposed to go, and what value will bring to them this exchange. Because we talked about in some previous video that for every EP actually key value is different. So maybe some of them will fire up on impact, some of them will fire up on building CV, etc. We really have a lot of values, and that is the most important goal, but also the hardest one to achieve. So for this, you will need a lot of practice actually to know how to fire up and to find the right value of EP. So after every meeting, really go through these goals again and remember it like this by letters, and see at the end, do you know this stuff or no? If you don't know, then you need to improve in your meetings and see how will you get it in the next meeting. If you know all of these if you achieved all of these 4 goals, that means that a meeting was successful. So remember it by heart. Then we will shortly go through you will see now 5 parts of a meeting. So I will go immediately to first part. First part is always some icebreaker. So some light questions to break the ice. It can be anything. I put you here some examples, short introduction of you, of EP, what do you study, what he studies, etc. It can be weather, clothes, university, really whatever comes to your mind, like you're talking to a friend, and it's just to lighten up a mood a bit. And then we go to the second and really important part of the meeting, that is to get to know EP. And how do we do this? through asking questions and through asking right questions. I put you here some examples, but you can think of many more questions to get to know EP. For example, how did he hear about us? What attracted him to apply or to sign up? Then why does he want to go? How much experience does he have? That we already talked about. What does he want to work in the future? That can be also interesting question, so that you know what type of opportunity maybe to suggest to him in order to build up his career. Then what areas of his skill does he feel maybe insecure about? And there you can see how ISEC exchanges can help him. What is his ideal career? Again, of course, these are all the questions to see where does our exchange fit and what value can we offer to him. And I put you here dots because you can think of many more questions. Then after you got to know EP, you got to know his needs, his values, his I don't know, career and stuff like that. Third part is pitching, and that is the part where we actually present him ISEC and we present him our exchanges. And this is really important to not be learned by heart, but to do this actually based on his answers. For example, as I wrote here, based on his answers, suggest him program that you think suits him the best or more programs, and you should explain it in 2 to 3 sentences. So this part is really not supposed to be long. And this part is not the part where you talk every little detail of our exchanges. I wrote here you should focus on values and what can EP get from our experience. And what does that mean? It means to just, yes, you can show him some videos, talk about some experience that you know of that were good. And also here, just focus on this part that you should really explain our programs in 2 to 3 sentences and not more. And based on the values that you think he will like, to explain our exchanges like that. For example, if he wants to build up career, of course, you will suggest him GT. If he is more of an impact person, volunteering, of course, you will suggest GV. Then we go to fourth part, objection handling. What does it mean? Of course, our EPs will always have some objections. For example, I don't know, regarding time availability. I don't know, is it okay with his university? No. Then does he have enough experience? What type of accommodation will he have, etc. So this is actually the part where we solve his objections, solve some of his fears, solve some of his, I don't know, the things that he thinks that it will be a problem. And we will talk about this part in more details later. And fifth part, and also really important part, is closing of the meeting. And what can you do there at the end when you presented him opportunities, he likes it, for example, then you can start making his CV, his profile a bit better. And in ideal situation, EP would apply to some of our opportunities on the meeting. Opportunity, of course, which you found together on ISEC.org. Then in closing, you should also include some technical details. For example, how does whole application process look like, price, and what does it covers, and suggest good countries for him, because you will know better than him what countries to suggest, where is good, where is not, and we will talk about it later. And just please be careful where I put actually this explaining technical details, prices and stuff. That is supposed to go in the end of the meeting. And here in the pitching part, as I said, more focus on values and what can he get from experience. So please just be careful about those 2 parts. And again, at the end, as I said on the last slide, you should put some action steps. For example, it is really good to put some deadlines. For example, when is the deadline for him to, I don't know, decide does he want to go or he doesn't want to go, deadline for applying, for, I don't know, making good CV, etc. So yes, that is the end of the meeting. And for the end, I wanted to, of course, as in every video, leave you with this message, and that is that practice is what makes it perfect. What does it mean? That meetings are not easy, and you will see that in the first 2, 3, maybe even 10 meetings, you will maybe, I don't know, not present some parts so good and you will maybe, I don't know, mess up some parts, but that really doesn't matter, as long as after every meeting you really sit with yourself and analyze, okay, this was good on this meeting, this was not good, and what parts of meetings do you need to work on. And that is it for this week. I hope that everything is clear. If it's not, you can just text me and we will solve every problem. So see you next week. Bye.